So, welcome everybody. Today we have Bao, who has been a client of mine for at this point up just under or at a year now, which is pretty crazy. Time flies by. When he first started, he was doing about 250,000 a year across all of his drop shipping stores and brands that he was running, and then he got up to 850K per year, and is now working with partner stores doing over 500,000 a month. So, Bao, thank you again for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Glad to be here.
So start us off with how long you've been in the ecom game for. You started with dropship. Kind of walk us through the ups and downs there and how long you were doing that for.
Oh, for sure. I've been dropshipping since December 2019, so almost like 6 years now, I guess, 5, 6 years.
Wow.
I found my first winning product in like 3 months afterwards, and during like the height of COVID, which was awesome. I did like 100K in 2 months. That really showed me that ecom is insane. I always remember waking up $1,000 richer, and I didn't do anything. And like, once you feel that, you can't ever go back. Um, then I had a lot of ups and downs from like 2020 until 2022. I like found winning product after winning, like just spam testing stuff, testing all this kind of stuff. And I never found any consistency. It was constantly up and down. And then I ended up at the end of 2022, I was like, "Ah, I hate my job. I'm just gonna figure it out." I quit my job and went into dropshipping full time with like $5,000 to my name. Like I had nothing. And luckily it worked out for me. I ended up finding more consistency, drop shipping some like necklaces, if you remember that. And that was when I did like 250K that year. And I ended up getting hired by a company as an e-com coach, which was great. But at that time, I still wasn't getting the level of success that you want because, as you know, like 250K in e-com is honestly is great, but like you really want more because at the end of the day, what you want is like profit, because
Yeah.
250K revenue, you don't see the other side of that. So it wasn't enough. Then I hired you at the beginning of January last year. And yeah, I mean, I think that changed everything for me. So that's
Yeah,
basically
that's
the
awesome.
backstory of my dropshipping journey.
Yeah, and so people are probably wondering. I mean, I'm wondering because that was a long period of time, a good couple of years of kind of up and down. You find a product, scale it up, crashes, scale it
Yeah.
up, crashes. There's nothing consistent. So, and then you decide to go all in, quit your job, go on 5 grand, and just to say fuck it and dive into it.
Yeah.
So, which was
I
ballsy.
wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend that to anybody else watching as well. It's
Yeah.
pretty ballsy.
Don't do it.
But what kept you going during those periods? Like, why did you keep at it for so many years despite the inconsistencies?
Mm, I mean, from the very first time I ever saw an ad for drop shipping it was on Facebook from this guy named Scott Hilsey. He's
Yeah.
talking about like a phone case, the magnetic gravity phone case. They made 100K a month on it. I was like, damn, like if this guy could do it, like I feel like I could do this because my background is in video editing. I have a bachelor's degree in video editing, so I understand marketing. And I just always really liked it. I saw the numbers. I knew what was possible. I just knew that other people are doing it. I can do this if I just figure out what they're doing and how, and like there's like a skill gap.
Right.
I just knew that there was a skill gap, but so I've always been heavily investing into education, mentorships, coaching, courses and stuff like that. Maybe a bit too much, maybe a bit too much, honestly, but it's all worth it in the end of the day.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I could relate with that too. It's kind of like I don't know how it was for you, but when I was like, I had a good 4 year period where it's like I maybe hit one winning product, and even that I made zero profit on at the end of the day. It
Yeah,
was like four
right.
years straight of that. But you're developing your skills. But for me, it's like people ask, well, why did you continue, right? Or why did you continue with it even though you're making no money, or you're in fact losing lots of money over the last, the couple of years. I was just
Hmm.
enjoying it. I was like, I got sales. Like, I know there's something here, right? And I was
Right,
just loving it. It was just so much fun.
right, right. Yeah.
So that brings me to the next question then is, well, you were going through the struggles, then you obviously got to the point where you're doing 250K a year, which is great. And then from there, like, what do you think the biggest problems were that you were facing? Well, why weren't you able to get the consistency you were looking for? And why weren't you able to scale the bigger numbers?
I was focusing on the wrong levers, honestly. Like, my perception of ecom at that time was the classic dropshipping mentality, which is it's the winning product, right? I need a spam test. I was, bro, at the height of it, but right before I met you in Q4 of 2023, I was testing like 10 products a week, like sometimes like 10 products a day. Like I was just
Okay.
spam testing, shotgun testing them because like I thought like that was the thing. And like once you find your winning product, oh, like it pays for all the testing. I was testing the wrong thing. I was testing products. I wasn't testing marketing. I wasn't testing um angles and actually creatives. Like you saw my ad accounts, I was testing like 500 different interests and 500 different products, and I was scaling the one ad, the same ad over and over and over again. And that's just not how it works, honestly. Like that's why I couldn't find the consistency because I was doing the wrong things.
Yeah, and that's fair. It's tough too because it's like everyone, including myself, like you learn for so many years just watching YouTube videos that are older,
Yeah,
outdated, people don't really know what they're talking about. So you do all the spam testing stuff, and then you keep scaling the same angle or the same ad and repurposing it over and over again, then wonder why you can't really scale. When in fact you got to take a step back and realize, okay, this is like any other business. I got to grow real business here.
yeah.
So you're facing these problems. You want a consistency. You want to obviously scale further. Why did you end up deciding to join my consulting program versus all the other thousands of gurus out there, if you will?
Mhm. Uh, I don't know. It just kind of happened out of the blue. I got a kind of email from Brandon. I know you were working with him before. I wanted to work with Brandon, and it was just a recommendation. And after I got on call with your boy Thomas, I just kind of believed like I liked that it was a very personal type of thing. Like we really worked one on one for a little while, um, and like you were doing the thing. And I love that you showed me on the inside of your business and the inner workings of what it was like how you run your business, how you think about business in general. That really changed my perspective on like everything. How I should be looking at my business, how I should operate it and everything. And it made it a lot more sustainable. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think there's a lot of people, well, at least they tell me the reason why they ended up joining this one is kind of like what you said there, which is around it's not just like, hey, here's how you make better ads or here's how you just do this, but it's like, hey, here's how you grow a business. Like it's not just focused on one little thing, oh, test products, scale, and then that's it. It's like, no, this is how I do my project management. This is my hiring
Yeah.
process. This is how we build culture. This is how we scale. This is how we hire the creative strategists and how we train them. This is how we train the editors. This
Right.
is how we incentivize them. It's like,
Right.
all these boring things that don't
It's
get talked
not
about
sexy.
online because they're so boring and not clickbait.
Yeah.
But that's what really scales the business because you can only make so many great winning ads, but if you don't have the rest, then you're stuck in the same loop anyways. You're still playing the wrong
Yep.
game. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad to hear that that's, a big takeaway that you had from it. And so outside of that, or including that, I mean, what were the main things that when you started getting the one-on-one help and when we were working together, what do you think were those main levers that you pulled on or those main things that you learned that really made the difference to scale massively?
Um, So like I was saying, like I was focusing on the wrong levers. You really got me to focus on its ads, offer, and website. Like those things are like super important. And consolidating everything, like doing everything in one campaign was huge. That was tough for me initially. I fought back on that a lot. And then just really focusing on creative testing. That was from like the very beginning, off the rip. Need to test more creatives, needed to be doing more research, having creative diversity, and constantly be testing and also be patient. That was something that I had to learn because I was very used to like the pump and dumpy kind of drop shipping stores or run it up real quick, 50K in a week, but then it dies. Like who cares? Like who cares about that, honestly? So now how I run products, like I'll run products break even for a month, 2 months, and like any other drop shipper, any other person would be like, oh, like this isn't making me money. It's not a winning product. Oh no, like you haven't found the winning formula yet, the winning messaging, the winning offer, Once you focus and unlock that lever, that's when it starts working. So like break even is great. You always said that. Break even is a great place to be. And I would like hate it. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I just want this thing to work. Um, but it's a great place to be. I get it.
Yeah. And even just to get more context to it for the people listening, because I think you could, if you're listening to this, you're probably in the same boat, is on an initial launch, if you're anywhere near break even, like it's a huge win. Like you're crushing it because you gotta think like for most brands that get to scale, like it's years and years of testing, years of optimizations, years of compounding growth, years of learnings that you don't have. So these competitors that you're trying to launch this product and go up against, especially if they're making good money, they have years of optimizations. Their ads are so optimized, their ad accounts are so optimized, and you're coming in here ripping 2, 3 ads, being like, oh, why am I not scaling? Right? Like
Yeah,
in
your
3 days.
$5 budget.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like yeah, exactly. In like 3 days. Well, why am I not 100K a month yet? It's like if
it's
you launch,
crazy.
you're close to break even with zero extra testing and usually ripped content that's not yours. Like it's a great sign. So now you got to
Big
learn how to
win.
actually, invest into that. And to one other point that I want to mention too that you mentioned earlier as well, which was testing more and reinvesting more into content. That's the same thing as well that most people come into when they get their first 30K a month, 50K a month, even 100K a month. is that they scale up with using ripped content or content that exists on the internet, and it worked for them. So then they decide, okay, well, it's working. I should just continue to do that. When realistically, you then need
Right.
to make the switch to, coming up with your own ad ideas, getting your own content, getting your own branding, and all that kind of stuff. And that's what makes the transition to you actually being able to scale to the next level because you're not stuck in the whole drop shipping hamster wheel still of just ripping
Yeah.
content. Oh, it's not working, back to square one, etc.
Yep.
So that's awesome. And so then uh, let's talk a bit about the partner stores you're working on now. So like personally, you were able to get that up to 850K a year, and now you're working with other people on stores as well. So they're still your stores, but obviously you have partners in them, which is fine. Um,
Hmm.
that current one's doing 500K a month. So
Yep.
what was the difference with this store doing 500K a month versus when you're running some of your other stores that maybe got to, 100, 200K a month, but weren't really able to crack the 500? Like, what's different about this one?
Honestly, the creatives are fire. I would have to say the creatives are fire because even for this product, started running this in I want to say like July or August, sometime around there, right? And it really didn't start picking up until around November, right? Like that's a couple of months of testing, maybe ending up like 8,000, $10,000 a month or something like that, right? Like just a little bit profitable, nothing super crazy. Same thing, kind of like break even-ish. But once we found that winning creative, it really took off. And also we had a very good offer, which is like a buy two one, get one free deal.
Nice.
And that really made things take off. And once we found this winning creative around like mid-November, and I was just like, yo, bro, like this, we scale this like 10K a day easily. Kind of he was chilling around like 2 or 3K a day, and I told him like we should definitely scale this. So and now we're around 20K, 25K a day right now, which is awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that's amazing. It really only takes one ad.
It really does. Like just one ad. We have more than one ad in there. There's a good like three, four, or five ads in
Yeah.
there. But once we found that one ad, the whole account changes basically.
Yeah, it's crazy when you test like that, the effect that has. And it's also like on the initial testing, like once you take all these big swing tests, you test different offers, you test different pricing, but once you have that, like the conversion rate's there, AOV's there, and you have a solid offer, just double down on the creative because like that's really what makes the big difference. People always test three
Yep.
creatives and be like, oh, I think I have to change my AOV or I think I have to change this, even though their AOV and conversion rate metrics are fine, right? It's like no, it's your ads. Like you make shit
Yeah.
ads,
It's
right?
mostly ads. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, because people, even there's so many people and clients I work with too that come in and they do 400, 500, 600K a month with nothing else other than a great offer in creatives.
Mm.
Like, it's like when you get that right and you get good at that, like it pays off quick.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome. And so then I want to ask then from the kind of 250K a year mark to the 850 and then now to like 500K a month plus, how does this change your personal life?
Uh, Not a lot, honestly. I'm be real. I don't feel too much different. It's like I'm living the dream. That's like it's freaking awesome. Is what I've always wanted. I can do whatever I want, but also that comes with a lot of responsibilities at the same time. Like you got to run the business, like there's a lot of things that you have to manage and figure out how to grow it, and um, it never stops feeling overwhelming, honestly. Like that's just part of running the business.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for the world though. I would much rather feel overwhelmed by this than like working for someone else and feeling overwhelmed by them. So um overall it feels nice that you don't have to stress about stuff and just got money flowing in, and it's really fun. Like you said, like it's just fun to do. The stress is fun. I like ecom.
Yeah. Yeah, I find that too. It's always, I mean, business and this stuff isn't for everybody, but it's probably for you when you enjoy the problems and you enjoy the stress that comes. And like, even though with all the problems and super high highs but super low lows, you still wouldn't trade it for going to go work for somebody else.
Yeah.
100%. Sweet. Last question I got for you then is if you didn't start working with me, where do you think you'd be at if you didn't join the consulting? And now you're a smart guy and you were working hard. I'm sure you would have scaled anyways,
Yeah.
eventually, whatever, right? But you, in your opinion, where do you think that would have happened? What would have your kind of roadmap look like 6 months back,
Right.
you're back?
Um, I said this too on the sales call with Thomas, and he was like, "Well, why do you want to join us?" And I was like, "Well, I feel like me as a person, no matter what, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there for my goals. But I feel like with Dante, I feel like I'll get there much faster than I would if I did it alone. And I really believe that is true. And whenever anyone asks me, how do I feel about my investment with Dante and stuff, I always tell them it was the best investment I ever made, honestly. And I've invested in a lot of coaches and programs, like I said, but yours single-handedly changed the way that I think about ecom as an entire like whole thing. Um, and that made it sustainable for me. And so I would do it again. I would 100% recommend it. Anyone who's watching, I would 100% recommend it if you are looking for consistency and just really trying to figure out like really how ecom works, you know? So if I didn't have you, I don't know. I'd probably still have 50 campaigns and stuff. Like I probably would be looking up the next top 10 winning product video on freaking YouTube. Like I hate that stuff now. Like I can't watch
Yeah.
that content.
Yeah, me
I gotta
too.
watch the boring stuff now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it, bro. It means the world that I was one able to do that for you, and two that you were able to trust me to hop on and take the help from me because
Yeah.
what we offer was not it's not like it's cheap, right? We want people to be all in
No.
that we work with, but clearly it paid off dividends, and yeah, I mean, I appreciate that massively. With that being said, I'm excited to see what 2025 brings, and then we'll call it here.
Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure.